Okay, hi, how are you guys? Now I wanted to talk about four-note chords. So the chords that I'm going to talk about in this section are 6 chords, minor 7 chords, major 7 chords, and dominant 7 chords. Okay, so if you remember, the way that we built our triads was we played a 1, a 3, and a 5. So, and we could have them as a major triad, a minor triad, a diminished triad, or an augmented triad. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a 4th note. Now, if you can think of these notes as a 1, a 3, and a 5, then a 6 chord is pretty easy. All we're doing is we're adding the note that is the 6, which is one whole step above the name note. So this is a C chord, 1, 3, 5, that's a C6. And of course, we can play these in multiple inversions. So now, since we have a 4-note chord, there are 4 inversions. 4 different notes can be on top. A is on top, the 6 is on top. C, or the 1, is on top. E, or the 3 is on top. G, or the 5 is on top. So once again, a 6th chord is just adding the 6th note. Pretty simple. Great. Alright, so now we're going to talk about a minor 7th chord. Okay, so the basic concept here on a minor 7th chord is you start with a minor triad. So that's a 1, a flat, a 3, and a 5. In a minor 7th chord, you add the interval that's referred to as a minor 7th, or a 7 that is a whole step away from the name note. Okay? So if the name note of this chord is C minor, then the 7 we're adding is a whole step lower than C. The other way of thinking of that is this is the interval that's called a minor 7th. From a note to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 half steps away is a minor 7th. However, the easiest way of thinking about that, to find the right 7, is if you're playing a minor 7th chord, you want to find the one that's a whole step lower than the name note. So here's C minor 7. And now I'm going to, you can't see this note down here, but I'm just playing a C down here, that note but an octave lower, to provide a little bit of depth to the chord. So now I'm going to go to the next inversion up, so I'm going to put the C on top. Now I'm going to put the E flat on top. Now I'm going to put the B flat on top. Yeah, the G and then the B flat. So once again, and that's a minor 7th chord. Okay, the next chord I'm going to talk about is the major 7th chord. So a major 7th chord, you start with the 1, the 3, and the 5 in a major chord, a major triad. And I'm going to add a major 7th on top of that, which is the note that is only a half step away from the name note. And of course I can play that in any inversion. I can have the 7 on top. I can have the 1 on top. I can have the 3 on top. Or I can have the 5 on top. So that's a major 7th chord. Alright? The next chord I'm going to talk about is the dominant 7th chord. This is the one that's in a, so here, for example, is Unchained Melody. And you can see right, let's see if I can find it for you, right there. See where it says D7? Okay, so when musicians refer to a dominant 7th chord, they're talking about chords that when you're looking at it in sheet music or in a lead sheet, it's just going to say the letter name, the note name, and a 7. So it's not going to be a major 7 or a minor 7. By the way, this is one way you're going to see a major 7 look. See, it says C, M, A, J, 7. And in this particular one, I don't have any minor 7ths, but that's the basic idea. Okay, so the dominant 7 chord, or just a regular 7 chord, starts with a major triad, and then I add the minor seventh, or the one that is it's a whole step away from the name note. Of course, I can play this in any inversion. Okay, once again, now I'm going to go through each of these one more time. So a 6 chord has a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 6, and it's a major chord. Of course, you can have a minor 6 that does show up. A minor 6, you'd have a 1. If flat, you'd have a minor triad in the 6. So minor 6, regular 6 chord. A minor 7th chord, a minor triad in the minor 7th, or flatted 7th. Major 7 chord is you have a major triad and a 7, and then a regular 7 chord or a dominant 7 chord is you have the major triad and the 7th. So that's the basic idea of 6 chords, minor 7ths, major 7ths, and dominant 7ths. In the next section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a particular key and show you how these chords come out of particular keys. All right, great. I hope you understand this. You can look at this several times if it helps. All right, bye now.